Right, how do I explain this? It's the same as last week. What we're doing here is a guy called Rob Hernandez built the Spirit box that I have, which is the RTC box, and he does Spirit box sessions on a Saturday night, and he's encouraged other people to use their boxes while he's doing the sessions. Now, this is my little RTC box here, and you know, tell him about the results. But rather than just tell him about the results, I like to document it. So what I done was, and I done this last week, was I ran my box and recorded everything. So while he's doing these sessions, what he does is he'll do a session for 10 or 15 minutes, then stop, then talk to the viewers who's communicating with him and stuff, and then, you know, do another session and stuff like that. But throughout the whole thing, I've had the Spirit box on. So, you know, very, very interesting. Since I got this box, I was getting names like Ed and Emma. Now, Ed and Emma are names associated on his side, which he gets a lot. So I didn't know what was going on about this Emma until I started watching his streams and stuff. So very interesting. They started coming up again, you know, when he's doing the Spirit box. So basically, Rob is in California, and he's doing a Spirit box session in my house while he's doing one in his house. And you know, from last week and this week, you know, it seems like the Spirit box is reacting to his questions, even here in my house here. So I just want to record all this, and you know, and if Rob wants to look at that and compare notes, so this recording goes on for 2 hours and 40 minutes, I believe. A little bit shorter than usual, but we got very interesting stuff. So let's dive in to see what we have got here. Oh yeah, links in the description to Rob's session, so you can hear us without listening to my box, and a link is at the end of the video and in the description of Rob's channel, which is called the Parawakening. So just very interesting stuff, very interesting, very educational when it comes to ITC. So you know, give him your support there. So let's get into this, folks. Very interesting, this.
I'm hearing a little girl come through. No. Who said Shauna? Tanya, did you say Sandy's name? This is the male coming through with an Australian accent. Yeah, my name is Rob. How can we help you? Tanya, are you here? Who wants to shake my hand? Janet, who just said Janet? Who are you here to speak with, Janet? Wyatt Scarborough, are you here? Did you just say yes? Brett, are you here with us? Sean, are you trying to communicate with Twiggy? Spirit, can you give us a name, please? Bill Crow, is that you? Say something. Bill, are you saying favoring? Are you here? Gerald Hartman, is that you? Who said eyewitness? Emma, are you here with us tonight? Is that you trying to come through? Who said pushy? Alright, somebody just said my name again. Who's trying to communicate with me? Is there any text here with us tonight? Can you please slow down the communication? Are you here to speak with Samantha? I heard you call your name. Dale Hartman didn't kill you? Paul, can you slow Spirit down, please? Can you have them come through one at a time? Who just said it would? Wyatt, are you here to speak with Kat? Kat says she loves you. Daryl, did Jen have anything to do with your death? Who just said need help? Who said I love you? Emma? Was that for Kat? Regina wants to know, are you okay with my firefighter? Who said love letter? Did somebody get a love letter out there? All right, who called out for Ray? Ed? Ed, can you say somebody's name out here? Okay, did you get a love letter? Sandy said, I miss you. Can you call out her name? Who just said I need to get this out, Rob? All right, we're going to end the session. Who just said needs help? All right, we're going to end the session now. All right, guys, that was kind of crazy. So, Kat, I have a question for you. I know that you asked someone new to come through, and it sounded like, oh, you asked Wyatt a couple of things, and I heard I love you after that when you said, Wyatt, I love you, and then something about and then something about the love letter came through, so that's why I asked. So did you get a love letter? Okay. So you see what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't be hearing any responses. This is all reverse audio. Now, I know that Cindy was saying, Rob, to play this back, at a slower speed. When I've gone through and re-listened to some of my shows, especially after doing these in reverse audio, there's things that are coming through that I'm not hearing. Like, okay, so I'm going to give a little explanation. So when I'm listening to this live, like from my side, I'm only hearing little snippets. So sometimes I'm repeating back with what I'm hearing. But the funny thing is, like, when I listen back and I'm repeating what I'm hearing more. I'm hearing like full sentences coming through on
weekend, just making sure that all the mothers feel like they're
so
loved,
I
which
don't
is
know
just
if you
great.
guys are hearing more than what I'm hearing on my side. I just think that there's more coming through when it's being fed through and then going out, and then by the time it comes out on your end, I'm talking about you guys as viewers. I'm coming out from your side. If you guys are hearing more than what I'm hearing, because sometimes you guys are saying certain things, I'm not hearing that. And then sometimes I'm repeating back, which are coming through like really faint, like whispers almost. So those words are what I'm saying. So it's just a little strange. But when I listen back on the recordings, it's just, I'm just blown away with what's coming through. And then for some of the responses that we're getting, like even now, with what some of the questions that you guys are answering or asking, you guys are getting responses back. And for those to be coming through, and we're doing all reverse speech, we shouldn't be hearing any responses. So that's why I like doing things that are different and experimental. Because when we're using forward speech, you know, I mean, yes, it could be radio snippets. Oops, sorry, I hit a button. Yes, when we're doing forward speech, we are, you know, we could be hearing radio snippets, so people can say, "Oh, it's just radio coming through." But now, even if a song is coming through, you can't hear that song because it's in reverse. You might hear a few tones coming from the track or whatever, from the audio track, but we're not even hearing that. So it's kind of crazy. Your screen's blurry. So is everybody's screen blurry?
It's not.
I don't know what's going on tonight. Somebody doesn't want this going on tonight. Let me try something. All right, so is that working? Because on my side, it's like crystal clear. The REM pod's going off. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
REM pod.
Anyway. Hold on one second. Let me take a look.
You would.
Everything looks fine. I don't know if it's. I know that they did a software update. So, like I said, I don't know if it's the software. I don't know what's changed. I've tried different browsers. I've tried everything. Everything on my side is fine. So I don't know if it's just on the host site. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's Spirit screwing up everything tonight. I have no idea. One thing I could do is end the broadcast and then come back in again. Yeah, I have no clue what it could be. All right, Katie, let me take a look real quick. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. This just doesn't happen. This is a first for me, so I'm not sure. Oh well, let's just go with it. I just don't know what to do. Yeah, it could be something on Facebook because I don't know. I don't know. let's just move on. But getting back to Sandy, during that session, I don't know if you and Don were getting anything. I know that Ray came through.
I
All right, Chrissy. So Chrissy's going to reboot and see if that helps. But anyway. Yeah, I know, right? Go to the machine. So Raina, were you hearing the voice coming through the mic again? Because some people will say that my voice it's not my voice coming through sometimes, or it's between when I'm quiet, that another voice is coming through. So I don't know, that's just kind of weird. But I heard it one time too, because I do a show on Wednesday nights, and I was hearing the person that's my co-host. I was hearing his voice coming through, and he wasn't even talking. And I know he doesn't cuss, and I was hearing cuss words coming through. So yeah, that was kind of funny. Oh wow. Sorry, Sandy. So sometimes I'll share things up on the screen. But if it's a little too personal, I won't. Or if it's something embarrassing, I won't. Yeah, somebody else said something kind of embarrassing, but I didn't repeat it. I don't know if it was on my Wednesday show or if it was on this show, but anyway, I didn't repeat it. Yeah, I don't know, Janice. They could just be upset that I'm doing the show again tonight. I just noticed something on the little screensaver I have up. It looks like there's a doll on the table. It's kind of creepy looking. Has a white face. It's right above the box where my picture is. It looks like there's a doll with a white face. It's kind of creepy. I just noticed that. No, reverse pedals. Okay, so here's the thing. So reverse pedals will not work because you have to remember a pedal, when you use like a guitar pedal or an effects pedal like that, they're basically designed to capture a certain amount of audio and then replay it. But it's only in effect, it's not true reverse. So it's only going to capture like the buffer. If I get a little technical, forgive me. But the audio buffer is only like 64K. It's something really small. It might even be like 128K. So that's only enough for like maybe a couple of notes. So it fills up the buffer with that, and then it feeds it into an effect, and then it spits it out. Grabs the next note, does that, spits it out. So you have to remember, like audio, like to capture a full sentence, that's going to need a pretty big buffer. And it's going to have to convert the audio, reverse it, and then feed it out. Convert the audio, reverse it, feed it out. So I have anyway, anyway, so the boards that I use is a little bit different. They're not. They were boards designed to do this, to take audio and reverse the audio on the fly, and then convert it and spit it out. I'll have to share with everybody one day on what that board is. I mean, you can buy them online. They're not cheap. They're about $50, and you're going to need that, and then another board that's going to cost you about $15. Then you're going to need power. So everything, once all said and done, it'll probably cost us $100, which still isn't bad. But it works really well. Basically, that's just a device that can have like an input. So your audio is going to be fed into that, then it's going to have the output, and then that's going to feed out. So the way that I have it going, I have my ghost box set up, the audio going out from the ghost box into that board, then out from the board, out into my mixing board, and then my mixing board is, just comes in, feeds into the software, and shoots it out to the internet. So that's how it works. So yeah, I know that there's other people out there that, and Sam, I can share with you some more information later. Or here, I could do it now. If people don't mind, give me a second. I know sometimes we go off on a little bit of a tangent, and actually, you know what, Sam, if you want, tune into my show on Wednesday, and I'll have some information I can share out. MD and Dave, yeah, your comments are coming through. Yeah, the cat ball, and it's funny because the cat ball, that was kind of interesting. So I have these. So these are the little cat balls, and you have to kind of push it a little bit for it to go off. It's not like the REM pod where you can just kind of barely touch it and it'll go off. This you kind of have to push, or just really, because it has a sensor in there. So you have to tap it for it to go off. So for that to go off last week, that was kind of interesting. And that was the first time I put it out. That was weird. It started going off after I put it down. Anyway. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start up again. Have you guys had your cat balls go off? I know we talk about the cat balls a lot. But have you guys had them go off at all?
Cat balls. One, two, three, four.
Yeah, Sam. I don't know. You have to let me know if your spirit box goes off when you guys are using it.
6.
I know that I've talked about other spirit boxes. There's a lot of spirit boxes out there that I do like. The only the ones that I don't like is SB7 and SB11s. That's it. And the only reason why I don't like them is they're so damn noisy and loud, and I get ear fatigue really quick. I'll listen to it for like 2 minutes, and I'll be like, no, gotta turn that thing off. It's just too loud. I did actually buy another. I did get another ghost box. This is from another builder that I know, and it works pretty well. All right. So anyway,
One cat ball is coming off. It could be
if you guys
vibration.
want cat balls, you can buy them.
See him again.
If you guys want a cat ball, you should buy those on Amazon. Yeah, I might have to start an affiliate link.
It was the same bowl. Could be vibration though.
Well, I'm glad that you're using the box I sold you, Sam. Hope you like it. Like I said, I mean, I've had amazing results. Yeah, I bought a 2-pack. One of the balls that I got was bad, so I ordered another one and just sent back the bad one. So anyway, all right, let's go ahead and get started in another box or another session. I know that we're kind of getting off a little bit, but I just wanted to ask you guys about the responses you guys are getting and things like that. So I don't know, maybe I'm going to share on how I built the reverse sweep
There's a different
or the
ball going
reverse
off.
response board. I would like to hear other people's results with it. It works great, but it took a long time for me to get the sweep rate just right for reverse to work, because a lot of people will set a ghost box at, they might say, well, I get great results at 300 millisecond sweep rate, but if you try to do 300 millisecond sweep rate in reverse, you don't get any responses. You might get one or two. So I had to speed it up. I had to play around with it, so I actually had to go even half of that. So I went down to 150. 150 was great, but it was still a little too fast, so I slowed it down. But at 160 was good, 170 was good, 180 was good, and then anything but above 180, it was too slow. So anywhere between 160 and 180 sweep, if your ghost box works at those sweep rates, then if you guys are interested, let me know, and then I will share on how to get to where to order them. It's pretty simple. It's basically just a code you have to upload to an Arduino. I use a little bit of a custom sweep, but the one that comes with it works as well. But I could get you guys that information. I want to see anybody else that is that wants to work with that and see how that works. I don't know why the REM pod's going off. I ignore it. So, like right now it's going off a little bit. I'm just ignoring it. If it wants to go off, they'll set it off completely. I don't know if somebody's just trying to get my attention, but I'm ignoring it. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, Yvette, I don't know what's going on with the feed tonight. I don't know if it's the sites issue. I don't know what's going on. I've tried to do everything on my side. Everything on my side is perfect, so I don't get it. It could just be the feed. It could be their site. Their site might be a little slow. I don't know. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, who's with us here tonight? Who just said Steve, who are you here to communicate with? Matt, who are you here to contact? Who's all here with us? Who just said Raina?
No, do you know what I'm doing? I'll put them back in the jam jar. The vibration sets these off. Right? I'll leave one
Who
out.
said it was Teresa's kettle?
Right, there's...
Who's calling out for Dawn?
That should cut out some
Is Tanya here with us?
vibration. In fact, I'm gonna put this in here.
Can somebody sit out the kettle that's here, please? Or the REM pod?
Right, they're all in jam jars now.
Mike, are you here with us? Sam, who are you here to contact? Death threat. Who's giving you death threat?
They're going off to the jar.
Samantha, are you still here with us? Sam, are you trying to contact Cindy? Who just said Bob? Who just said gentleman? What gentleman are you trying to reach? Who said it's me? Who's the female's voice that keeps on trying to come through? Sandy wants to know, Dad, do you know I'm here? I know you're here. I love you, miss you. Say my name. Who's asking for help? Who's calling my name? And why are you sorry? Daryl, who killed you? This is a woman's voice that's saying I'm sorry. Who needs help? Daryl, how can we help you? Is there a male calling Carol or Daryl? Is Jeff Axel Keith here yet? Carl, how can we help you? Sam, are you here for Cindy? I just heard a male say Cindy. Who just said birthday? Whose birthday is it? Daryl, who are you here to speak to? Is the session too big? Cheryl, how can we help you? Who just asked for help? Is that calling me Ellen? What's Nan's first name? Who just said I'm lost?
That ball is in a jar and it's on top of a candle, so I don't know why that one went off.
Man, who are you trying to touch with?
And it's on top of a plate.
Is Gloria here with us? Who just said mom? Who just said message? Who's the male that just said message? Who's the male that said that we know? A male said we know more than you know. Who said that? Me, Ed? If you guys listen, there's a faint male coming through. And it's full sentences coming through. The male said, I want to hear what you're hearing us talk about. And then he says, listen. Yeah, there's a female talking also in the background. Alright, we're going to end the session. Alright, that was pretty interesting. So, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there was a male and a female talking in the background. It was really, really faint, but it was a full-on covered in a deep voice. And the female also, it was like they were corresponding with each other. Wow, that was just crazy. Sorry, I'm just a little lost for words. Just because it was saying, I wanted to hear what he can hear talking about. And then shortly after, the female said something, and then he said, yeah, listen. Yeah, Samantha, that's why I asked if you were still here, because I heard Matt come through. Sorry if I'm not reading the comments. I was just really concentrating on what was being said. It was kind of crazy. It is kind of hard to sometimes hear. That's why I'm waiting for any spirit text to come through, or because sometimes when the texts are are here and they identify themselves, at least I can ask them to kind of help slow things down. But I haven't heard any texts coming through tonight, which is kind of rare.
Even and expanded. This is but
Oh wow! So you put your cat balls inside a glass jar? That's a good idea. I never thought about that.
function.
Um, yeah, Chrissy. Like with the headphones that I have on, these are basically they're called open back headphones. So um, yes, I can hear everything really clear in here, but also I can hear the room noise around me. So if anybody else would be here or talking, or if I hear anything in the room, I still can hear it. That's why I like these headphones. Yeah, I mean, I talk about the UK all the time. That's one place that I do love. I just love the UK. Rena, you're hearing my voice do that again? That's weird. No, that's perfect. That's a good idea, Sam, because like you said, you want to try to cut off any type of false positives as possible. So, like with you putting them inside like an egg cup to keep them from moving around and inside a jar. No, that's a great idea. Anything that cut out false positives in the paranormal, that just solidifies that there's something more going on. So, um, and that's why I wanted to do something a little bit different with ITC. I wanted to, yes, I know that some friends of mine were doing this for quite a while, and I don't like to step on anybody's toes. If somebody else comes up with an idea, I make sure that I give them props because I don't want somebody to say, "Well, you're just copying me." No, and I understand that, but I always give props to whoever came up with the idea, and then so that's why I always say, Steve and Kitty Holte has been doing this for a while. And when I told them, hey, I'm going to start using this, I know that you guys were doing this. I've had this board for a while, but I'm going to start experimenting with it. And that's why I said I won't sell them because it wasn't my idea. And I'm not going to say, well, look, I'm profiting off of somebody else's idea. But if anybody else wants to build one, hey, I'm all for it. I'm just giving everybody else the tools to do it. And the more people that we experiment with, and the more that we show that there's something more to this, and then I think it's a good idea. Yeah, exactly, Wayne. You're copying me. Everybody does. I mean, it's stupid. Hey, Melly, welcome. Haven't seen you around in a while. I don't say the H word there, Karen. I don't even give that person any props at all. Nothing. I used to talk crap about that person, but all that's doing is giving that person some fuel, so I don't even talk about that.
Color. Facial.
Anyway, no, exactly. I mean, yes, I mean, I came up with my own circuit to build my radios. Well, actually, I took an existing circuit and made it better. And I'll say it, it was an SB7 board, but I took out all the static and improved it so much. So yeah, there's no static as you hear, and the sweep is just amazing. So much better. But anyway, yes, it took me a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of effort to come up with that where it is now. So yes, I do sell my boards, but or my radios, but eventually I'll probably just show everybody else how to do it. I just don't have time to build radios, really. I mean, I'm probably going to build maybe a dozen more, and then I'll probably just stop. At that point, I'll just show everybody how to do it. But anyway, okay, so that was pretty crazy with everything that's with everything that's going on. So I'm just amazed with what's happening. That's why I'm a little lost for words. Well, thank you for the compliments, Sam and Corey. I mean, you guys mean a lot to me. I know you guys have been sticking around for quite a while. Sam, I know that I think that stuff that you're doing also, and that's amazing. Just a lot more people that just need to learn how to do true ITC. I never, I know that I've said it over and over and over again, but I never used to give any thought into this. I always used to say, well, we're just picking up nothing but radio snippets, blah, 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 until I could break through with it. And now doing reverse speech and with all the responses that we're getting and all the communication that's coming through, it's crazy. It's crazy. I can't explain it. I have no explanation for this at all. And for you guys, and like I said from the very beginning, we should not be hearing any audio coming through. This is all live. There's nothing faked. How can you fake something coming through in reverse, coming through in English, or just in words that we can understand? There's no way to do it. And that's why I work with an audio engineer also. And him and I have talked, and he was even saying, Rob, we can even show people how, because if you try to fake any type of audio, and right now, just because if there's any naysayers out there, if you get a recording of audio and you insert pieces of audio, you're gonna break So when you record audio, it's like a wave. It's a wave pattern that goes like this. And it has peaks and it has valleys. So it's just one continuous line. And if you try to fake anything and start, you see the breaks in there. And if I display it up on the screen, you can see that it's just one continuous line. There's no way to do it. Even if you try to fake it, you would see the breaks in the waveform. On my other show, I'm going to show that one day. I think it might be either next week's show or the week after we're talking about. So on Wednesday's show, we talk a little bit more in depth we get a little bit more technical. There's an audio engineer on there also, and he will kind of explain things from an audio engineer perspective. So that Wednesday show is a little bit different. So we talk about more of the paranormal, and we talk about ghost boxes, and we talk about things coming from an audio engineer standpoint. So, and we have different different guests and things like that. So if you want to tune in on Wednesdays, it's a totally different show. Not sure if we're going to go to basically a yeah, I don't know if we're going to do any ghost box sessions and things like that, but we might. I don't know yet. Anyway, now there was actually some French words coming through earlier, and I was going to say that, Sam.
Yeah, we got French. Yeah, we had. It did.
Julie.
It did.
I'm throwing
My
out
boss
some
said it
things
did.
that have been said. No, so actually what's happening too here, Julie, is during the live sessions that we're doing right now, people have actually gotten some EVPs with my voice coming through. And that was something that Raina said earlier too, that my voice, so if you see people doing things or saying things in the comments, like Rob, your voice is, like Raina said earlier, Rob, your voice is doing it again. So basically that's saying that we were talking about sometimes my voice, well, things will come out on your guys' side, like through the broadcast. Things that I'm not saying is coming through. It might sound like my voice, and sometimes it's really deep. But it's saying things that I'm not saying. And I can't explain that. I mean, the only thing I could say is it's EVPs coming through. You guys are capturing EVPs. Pardon me. And I've actually heard it during some audio playbacks. When somebody was telling me, they told me, watch the video at such and such time. I went back and listened, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm not even talking, and there's a voice coming through, or deep breaths. It even sounded like somebody was like exhaling and blowing smoke into the mic. So it's kind of crazy. Serena said it's doing it now. So Wayne, coming off of that, and I've talked about this on the show also. So what I do is I listen to, when I go to sleep, I listen to an app called Calm Radio. In Calm Radio, they have different sounds you can listen to, but I always put it on like beach waves, so it's like crashing beach waves. And in those waves, I talked about little girl being here. And one morning I was just waking up and I heard a little girl's voice coming through the waves. And I heard her giggling, and then she said, "Good morning, Rob." And then I was like, "What the hell?" And then she said a couple other things, and then she started giggling, and then it was gone. But those were all coming through my radio, listening to that app. And that's what Wayne was kind of referring to also. Sometimes you can pick up EVPs just naturally. Like you said, picking up voices through banging of heater pipes, and then they'll piggyback and then they'll piggyback on that sound and use that sound to project their voice. It's pretty cool. But it is pretty cool. And that's why I like playing with different sounds. I talked about using, you can use, there's basically called the spirit frequency or the ghost frequency, and that's at 968 hertz. You can actually find audio files that are playing in that range. And a lot of psychics, a lot of people that do seances, things like that, have used that to communicate with spirit. And I've experimented with that, playing that. I had a frequency generator. Basically, it's a box where it will play tones at different frequencies. So I set it to that frequency, and I played some audio, some basically chanting audio, like old Indian chanting audio with drums and things like that. So I was playing it here and started doing that, and then doing the ghost box session. And when I started doing that, I was hearing disembodied voices, not only from the spirit from the radio, but just coming from the environment. And I turned on a ghost box, and the ghost box was just going crazy, and then getting EVPs, just doing live EVPs using the recorder. Just what I was getting, the responses was crazy. Anyway, so there's different ways that you can experiment with ITC. ITC is not only with using the ghost box. It's using all types of different frequencies to communicate. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started again. I know that, I get a little rambling sometimes, but I just wanted to kind of explain how you can do ITC experimenting. Well, it's not only with the tuning fork. I think it's just not the right frequency. I don't know. I've never really tried it, but
Somebody asked about a tuning fork, using that as sound background audio support for ITC.
and you can find frequency generators on eBay. I knew somebody that built them. I'm not going to give that person's name out. The REM pod's going off, but I'm ignoring it like always. All right, so anyway, we'll go ahead and get started. Sorry, I must have missed something. Oh. Well, thank you, Chrissy. No, I'd like to get a little. I like to educate people a little bit, just to say, you know what? It's always good to experiment. with things. You know, don't be closed-minded on you know, just, well, you know, you always have to keep an open mind with things and experiment with things because, like I said, I never used to believe in any ITC at all. I used to always think it was, you know, just coincidence, things like that until, like I said, I had a breakthrough. So I'm very, very skeptical. That's just me in general. So I'm basically a type that I have to see it to believe it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I've been talking too much, my throat's hurting. Let me switch cameras and then we'll get started. Teresa, actually I did. Funny how you said that. Emily, I have to ignore him. I can't always give people attention. Anyway, is there anybody here that would like to communicate with us?
She said, yeah.
Who's the little girl that's trying to come through again? Who's trying to get in touch with me? Ed, who are you here to contact? Gary, are you asking for Kat? Emma? Emma, are you here with us tonight? No. Who's the little girl that just said no?
Interesting thoughts haven't gone on in a while.
Sandy wants to know who's here with me. We just said Rob. Alright, who's trying to come through and communicate with me? Alright, Jake, who are you here to talk to? Who's at the edge? The edge of what? Chrissy wants to know if there's any of her loved ones trying to get her attention. Can you please set off the REM pod? Who's here trying to get in touch with Raina? Edna, who are you here to speak with? Does anybody out there know Edna? Somebody said off the REM pod.
What's going on?
Who called out Gina? Chuck, did you kill yourself and leave Kristen? Who said that they were here? Who's here? Edna, do you have a message for Heidi? He's trying to set up the rep. Tina, did you overdose on purpose? Who just said love you? Who's trying to contact Wayne? Who called that Tina? Please say Tina. Who's saying to shut up? Who said I am? Yeah, who said set it off? Are you talking about the REM pod? Who said I am a missing child? Who said Raina? No, we don't want to speak to him. Yeah, we know that you're trying to get in touch with Ed. We don't want to talk to Ed. Who's trying to speak with Raina? Who's the female that keeps on trying to come through? Michelle? Who's the male trying to get in touch with Raina? Marshall? He's trying to get in touch with Mark. We just said love you. Who in the cast loves the Blue Jays? I just heard Raina. Austin James, are you watching over Christopher? Who said love you, Raina? Blue Jays. Mike, are you calling out right now? All right, we're going to end the session now. All right, so who out there loves the Blue Jays? Somebody was calling out Blue Jays a few times, and they're calling out Reina. So do you think it was your Grandpa Bill calling you out, Reina? Does he know that you like the Blue Jays? Obviously, right? That's pretty awesome. See, that's pretty cool when somebody hears their actual voice coming through. See, it's things like that. I mean, how can you explain this? And I keep on emphasizing, and in reverse speech for them. This is just absolutely crazy. Wow. And the person that's asking about somebody being murdered is, I think it's Sandy. Is that right, Sandy? That's what we were talking about, Wayne. Just a little while ago. Sam said that he puts them in like the egg holders, and then he puts them in a jar, just to prevent any type of vibration. So we're talking about putting putting the balls in something to kind of keep them stable. No, this is it's. No, exactly right, Corey. You know, I didn't know where this was going to go. I didn't. I had no intentions on what was going to happen. You know, I just wanted to try something different because we did see a lot of naysayers coming through quite often on this show. So, and I totally see their point. I mean, I'm not going to badmouth somebody because they have a legitimate argument. You know, I just kind of banned them from the show because they were talking crap. Um, Opposed to which I don't mind somebody coming on and saying things, but the way that they come across and just the way they're saying things, it just came off really rude.
Yeah.
And they were insulting other people on the show, so that's why I just kind of banned them. So, but with them, so what I do is like if somebody is criticizing something, okay, yes, they have valid points, but those valid points, you're like, okay, then how can we come up with a way that if something happens, because I've been playing around with reverse speech for a long time, and it was just really hard to come up with a way that it worked. So it took it took a long time, many hours. And I finally got it down, and that's why I said, hey, we're going to try something a little bit different. And the timing just couldn't be more right. Because the week before I started using the reverse audio, there was somebody that was coming through, and he was pretty nasty. To where I finally just kicked him off, and I banned because I can do that on my side. So I talked to my friend that's an audio engineer, and I told him what I was going to do, and I said, hey, listen to this. And he listened to it, and he said, dude, you got to do it. You got to put it on. You got to use this on your show. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it. And he said, no, what's that going to hurt? I mean, it's something that's really cool. Let's just see what happens. And then we did it. He was listening to the show, and he was like, oh my God, dude, I can't believe what is happening with this. And he said, man, I know it took you a lot of work to get this right, but the speed, the time, everything is just perfect. So anyway, and here we are. So with this now, it's like, okay, if any naysayers come out, okay, well, if if anybody comes on and saying, well, you know, this is nothing but BS. All right, then you explain it to me. Why are we getting responses coming through, and relevant responses that we shouldn't even be hearing any responses coming through because it's all reverse audio? Okay, how do you explain it? Because I don't have any answers. I have no idea. All I know is it's working. That's all I know. Wow. See, and this is something else that we were talking about.
I'm losing feed.
I had a couple of people that have my boxes say that they turn them on while they're watching my show, and they're getting responses that are relevant. So it's crazy. All right, so let me explain this, Linda. So, what we're doing is we're doing Ghost Box sessions. So, Ghost Box is a way. What a Ghost Box is it's a device that will scan through frequencies. In this case, I'm using radio frequencies going a little bit below the FM frequency to a little bit above the FM frequency. So it's scanning through all the radio stations, kind of like you're kind of tuning it really fast, like just turning the dial. But it's at a constant speed. So it starts off at one end, goes all the way to the opposite end, and then it starts over. Then it goes through, and then it starts over. But what I'm doing, opposed to hearing the audio in forward, I have it going like reverse. So all the voices are going backwards. It's like listening to a record going backwards. So anyway, so with that said, we're getting we're getting voices coming through that are responding to people asking questions. You can download an app. There's not very many apps out there that I would recommend. The only one that I know that works really well is the EchoVox. EchoVox, it works really well. It just takes some time to play with, but it works really well. But the device that I'm using is custom-made radio. It's sitting right there. It looks like a little classic radio. But that's coming out and then feeding into another device that's converting the audio from playing forward to backwards. But yeah, so I mean, if you want to try to get in touch with, let's say, your dad, I can't guarantee anybody. I can't guarantee any communication at all, and that's not. I'm just not that type of person. But that's not where the show started in the beginning. But then people started asking questions about getting in touch with their loved ones, and then it started happening. And I'm just the mediator. I'm just one that is here providing the show or broadcasting the show. So whatever questions you want to ask, that's up to you guys. I can't guarantee any answers. But when answers start coming through, like being very relevant, and even Raina wasn't even asking questions about trying to get in touch with anybody, but a couple of her loved ones came through, and they know that she loves the Blue Jays, and they came through and were saying Blue Jays, and her friend Mike that passed came through, and I guess just the way that his voice sounded and some of the ways that he would say things, she knew it was him. And then with her grandpa coming through, it was definitely his voice coming through. So it's just crazy. So we'll ask when we start. When we start the session, I will ask if James Atkinson is here with us, and we'll see what happens. No, Sam, that's totally fine. If you want to, I would love to hear your recordings, actually. I mean, if you if you watch my show on YouTube, because they are recorded, all of my shows are recorded on YouTube. So if you want to re-listen to one of the shows, and I don't mind you doing it. I want to hear that. If you got one of my shows going, and you want to use one of your ghost boxes or to go along with the show, I would love to hear the responses. Anybody that has any type of EVPs that they're capturing or any type of evidence that they're capturing, I would love to see it or hear it. And then if you guys do capture anything, if you set up a recording or something, send me the link. You can send it to me on Facebook or just comment it and tag it in one of the comments. And I would love to see that and hear that.
Right, so I got permission from Rob. That's good. I know I should have asked last week, but very interesting stuff's been coming up, so...
Yeah, if you guys send me any comments or anything on Facebook, I will check it out and listen to it. I know that Don has sent me a couple of things, and I've listened, and I was kind of blown away. Sometimes I haven't responded to people. If you guys do send me comments, sometimes I've been so busy. And I'm sorry if I forget to respond to anything. I've been so busy lately. Sometimes I can't even keep my days straight. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started again, and then we'll see what happens here. But Linda, I will during this next session, I will ask to see if your dad is here.
Right, I'm going to show you. Got one ball sitting on a candle in a jar on a little saucer. About 9 balls in that jar.
I don't say I'm psychic. I never say I'm psychic.
Speaker's here, so...
I do have abilities. That's all I know.
Spirit box and the amplifier.
I do have a couple of different abilities, but I don't say I'm psychic. I don't say I'm a medium. I don't say any of that because that's just not who I am. So, all right. So let's go ahead and. All right, awesome, Sam. I would love to just do experiments together. That would be a lot of fun. If anybody wants to do any type of experiments and come on live with me, I don't care. I mean, we can do that. If there's any psychics out there that want to come on and be part of this, we could do that too. This show's all about you guys. It's not about me. I do this because you guys want me to do this. There's been a few times when I'm like, you know what, I just don't want to do this anymore, but you guys keep me going. I don't know. That's just where I'm at. But anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and start up again. I know I get a little talky, a little chatty. Is James Atkinson here with us? James, if you're out there, please let us know. James, you know that your wife is sick with cancer? A mail just came through and said, I know. Can you tell us whoever came through and said that? Can you tell us your name, please? Edna, are you here with us? Who just said, who's that? James, are you here with us? James, are you out there tonight? Who's calling out Gina? Gina who? Who's started channel? Raina. I just heard Raina again.
What's gone up again?
Who just said dead? Earl, Who are you going to talk on? Talk it. Dad, are you here? Linda wants to communicate with you. Can you please come through for her? Who said talk to you? Who's the male that just has for help? Who's here with us? Who's asking for help? He said Sharon. I just heard James. James, how can we help you? Dad, do you go visit? Linda wants to know if you're... Linda wants to know if, Dad, do you go visit Mom sometimes? James, does your doctor Linda party Jimmy sometimes? Yes? And Betsy, are you around? Heidi? Who's looking for Heidi? No? Who says I need help? I heard the little girl again with the squeaky toy. Linda, I heard James. And answered yes, that you call him Jimmy sometimes. Yes, I know you need help. Alright, we're going to end the session. I think it's a good time to end it. Alright, that was my God. Pardon me. So it sounded like, Linda, like your dad did come through. And I'm sorry that your mom is ill also. See, sometimes I just get a little emotional when it's things like come through like that. What, Raina? I don't know what voice you're talking about, but yeah. And see, I just can't predict anything like that. And then when it does happen, I'm sorry, but sometimes I just get a little overwhelmed with emotion. Just because I kind of know how emotional like this stuff can be, and
Sure can.
that's kind of why sometimes I just have to end it on a good note. I don't want anything negative coming through after we had a good session like that. Sometimes it's just better to end just like that. No, I'm okay. Yeah, it just gets a little overwhelming sometimes.
Um,
And that's why sometimes I'll just have to end it. And just take a little break.
I ran low on batteries.
No, Melinda, I mean, you're totally welcome. Like I said, I don't do. I know I'm kind of like. I'm just a little lost for words, a little bit. Just because it's like. Just when things just come through, it's just amazing. See that no, it's not that you didn't make me sad at all. It's not that at all. It's just other people are hearing it too. I mean, and it's just it's just crazy. I mean, it's yes. I mean, it is kind of crazy that things like that happen. And you can't predict any of this stuff from happening. It's just crazy. No, and thank you for tuning in, Carolina. You can always continue watching the show later. So, Stephen, this is what we're talking about. This is exactly what we're talking about. People are saying that, like, when I'm talking, hold on one second. Like, while I'm talking, there's another voice coming through. And I don't know how that's even possible. I mean, but the only thing I could think of is it's an actual EVP coming through. Sorry, sometimes people are talking or sending in comments, and I'm trying to click on the right one.
Let's.
So Ed comes through quite a bit on here. There's a couple of Eds. There's Ed that's a spirit here. There's an Ed that's a spirit. But if there's an Ed trying to come through and communicate with you, then that's cool. That's totally fine. I mean, I don't know who. The only thing is if you ask questions and then if that person Ed comes through and then has something relevant that means something to you, then I think it was that person trying to come through for you. No, and see, this is something that's totally cool. Because like Linda, you said like you call your dad Jimmy sometimes, and then James and Jimmy came through, and then I said I did ask a question. James, does your daughter call you Jimmy sometimes? And then a male voice, the same male voice that said James, said yes. So that's totally relevant, and that's just validation, more validation. Now, Eric, somebody else was saying the same thing, so I don't know what's going on. It's been weird all night since the beginning. I even ended the stream and then restarted it, and the same thing come out. Yeah, I know. I saw that too, Patty, because it was like 2 o'clock, then all of a sudden it turned to 3 o'clock. So there goes our lost hour. Oh, that's awesome. No, Linda, it's just that's who we are. We all comment. It's because we all care about everybody on here cares about everybody. It's this this whole chat or this whole everybody on this channel. This is what a friend of mine and I were talking about. He actually co-hosts my other show. He just watches this and he watches all the comments. And he's just like, Rob, you know what? Your audience is amazing. And he said he even felt it. He said everybody is like so tight knit. This whole group is so tight. And he said, man, you have the best audience. And I totally feel that every week. I even say that I just love you guys so much. And I just love all of my viewers. Like I said, it feels like we're family. We all get to know each other. We all get to kind of cry together. We kind of get sad together. We all get happy together. So I can't say enough about you guys and how much I totally appreciate it. And this is why I keep on doing what I do. I'm always trying to make things make communication as clear as possible. Make it as authentic as possible. And I want to just make sure that it's 100% authentic. And there's no chance for anything else other than it being true communication, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. because I want to make sure that it's validated with what we're getting. This is why I'm doing the sessions the way that I'm doing them now. But anyway, it's working. I'm going to stick with what's working, and I'm not going to change anything, at least for now. Yeah, see, I don't know where the other voice is coming from. I just don't get it. I don't know. This is strange. I don't get it. Oh, you guys are so welcome. I just love doing what I'm doing, so. All right, I need to get some water. Do you want me to start? I'll start up another box session. You know what? I wanted to try an experiment, and I've been thinking about this. I'm going to go grab some water, but I'm going to start up a session. What I want people to do is think up something in their head, like in a question form or something that you guys want to know, or get response from something, and just think of a question in your head while I'm gone. And I just wanted to see if anybody gets any relevant I just want to see if anybody gets any responses to their questions, and let me know if that happens. It's just something I've been wanting to try, because it's happened to me, but I want to see if it happens for you guys. No, I already drank a Rockstar. I already had I've had so much caffeine today. I had a Rockstar, and I went to Starbucks. Just because, like I said, I was doing lots of adventures today. So I've had a lot of caffeine, so I don't need any more caffeine. I just need some water. Just because my throat's getting dry. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start up a session. I'll be right back, and so if you hear my voice come through,
ball gone off.
once I'm back, don't even just want anybody to get scared. Anyway,
Stamping on the floor.
so let me go ahead and start that
See,
up.
will I knock
Let me
off the
switch
balls?
cameras.
Come on, balls. Don't know why the REM just went. But the balls aren't going off, right?
So there was a little girl that just said, "Help! Can you tell us your name, please?" There it is again. Who's the little girl that keeps on asking for help? Okay, I'm back. Who said I'm not dead? Did somebody say I'm not dead? Yeah? Who said I'm not dead? Can you give a name? Yes. Yes? How did James die? No, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. How did James die? Who's the little girl coming through? James, how did you get sick? Yeah, we know that there's a little kid here. Oh, Alright, Corey, have a good one, man. Don wants to know if Raymond is here with us. Can you please call out her name? She loves you. Teresa wants to know who's saying her code word. Said, Dad, were you sick and then you passed away? Linda says, if you can hear me, Daddy, I love you so much. I miss you so with all my heart. Somebody said, came through and said, something said it sounded like my heart failed. James, did you get sick and then something happened with your heart? So did you say that I see this and I know? Is that directed to me? We're trying to help. All right, we're gonna end this session. All right, who just said help? I heard the little girl say help. All right, we're gonna end the session. All right. Really, I don't know what's going on in your flat. I haven't got any visuals or anything. So, Linda, did your dad die of heart problems? Like something happened with his heart? Yeah, I know, Patty. That's what I was picking up on. And it was weird because so when I got really, really quiet, I was picking up on something, but I was also hearing really faint voice. They were talking like he knows. So here's what I was picking up on, Linda. There was something with the respiratory issue. There was a respiratory issue, and then eventually his heart just gave way. I don't know. I don't know if that. I mean, I think that was part of it, but I think it all developed as respiratory, and then from there it turned into heart failure. But anyway, that's what I got. Good night, Regina. Yeah, and seeing, I mean, I just had to share this because it's like what we were just talking about. Um, well, I hope it was some type of closure for you, Linda. And this isn't the first time that people have gotten closure. Anyway, I just, it's just really difficult, I know. And I'm sorry for your loss. I know it's just really hard. Yeah, I don't, yeah, that's hard to, because I mean, if you know something, and if you think that something just was off, I mean, you have to go with your gut feeling, and that's probably what did happen. I don't know. Um, no, that's okay. I totally understand it. And it's weird. I mean, I could feel your pain, and I think that's why I got a little emotional earlier. And like I said, I mean, I never know what's going to come through. Um, the only thing we can do is just help, channel that energy and see if we can get you some answers. And I think I was just channeling really hard and trying to get some things to come through. Um, I just try to help the best way that I can. So yeah, like just like what Raina said, what you can do is you can go onto my face on my um, so do me a favor, Linda. Hold on 1 second. Look up my YouTube channel. I'll also copy a link. Hold on 1 second. Oh wow, I see where you guys are saying it's coming out blurry. I do see it on YouTube. Hold on 1 second. It didn't copy. What's going on? Just bear with me for a second.
Some.
All right, so Linda, this is what I want you to do. So if you go to I just copied a link here. So if you go to the link, it'll direct you to my YouTube channel. If you go onto my YouTube channel, you'll see you'll see the show once we end the session, or once the show ends, you'll see it that it's the recording there. So tomorrow you can go and rewatch it. If you rewatch the session, like what Raina said, sometimes you might hear something, some responses that you don't hear during the live show. But then also you can hear things a little bit more, or if you want to re-listen to it, where you're not so emotional, you might get some more clarification on what was going on. So, wow. Yeah, Sam, it's really strange on how things happen. Just it's pretty incredible. Oh gosh. Sorry guys, I'm just like really emotional tonight. I just think with a lot of things that are happening, with everybody getting responses and things like that, it's just making me really, really emotional. I don't know. I mean, I'm almost at a point right now to where I'm almost ready to just end the session tonight. No, I totally agree. I just think that there was something. I mean, sometimes it's meant for, like certain segments of the show. I mean, there's been times when, the whole show was directed to two people. They were getting responses left and right. Sometimes even three people. So, it's just, we never know what's going to happen. Every week is totally different. Raina was getting responses tonight. You got responses tonight. There was a few people that got responses tonight. I know Wayne's last name is coming through. His last name is Poe. Poe is coming through. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, in what Raina said, I think a lot of things happen for a reason. We're directed to do things for a reason. The owner of Live Paranormal, we're really good friends, and he's been trying to get me to do a show for. I mean, I did a radio show or a podcast for a while. I ended that just because I just needed a break. He was telling me, "Hey, you need to come back on. You need to get your show started again." And I was like, "Okay." but I put it off for I don't know how long. And I said, well, I need to come up with something that I want to do and what I think is going to be a good show and for me to help people. And I said, I just don't like doing interviews because, yes, it's cool to do an interview show, but it does, to me, it was, I wanted to do something more and to kind of educate people and help people. And that's what kind of led me to this. And so, with that said, with like you being directed to this show, there was something out there that said I need to put out something for everybody else so I can help people. That's why I did this type of show, and I'm glad that this has evolved to where it is now. So yes, I know I'm talking rambling again, but it's just, we're all directed to do something, and then I just think that everything happens for a reason. Yeah, there's no need to apologize. Yes, if I get emotional, that's not your problem. I mean, that's just me. I'm just glad that I was able to help out somebody. That's why I get emotional, is because, something guided me to help you out, and you got help, you got some answers, and then that's why I get emotional. It's me being happy that I was able to help somebody out. That's just who I am. I love helping people, and that's why I do. In my career, I do support. I mean, I like to help people, so I help. I like helping people solve their problems and get their issues resolved. So that's why I do what I do, even in my professional career. So. Well, you're welcome. But like I said, on that note, I think I'm going to end the show tonight. I just wanted to end it on a positive note. I know that I did a lot of rambling tonight. I know that the connection issues were some issues that I don't know what. Yeah, I can be a smartass, and thank you for pointing out my flaws too. It's not a flaw. That's just who I am. I like to help people, and I like to be a smartass and make people laugh. But yeah, I just want to make sure that everything is good, and hopefully next week the issues resolve themselves. If not, then I might have to go to a different type of format and see if I can straighten all this connection issues out myself. I don't know. So anyway, my shows are on every Saturday night at 12:45 p.m. Pacific time. So I don't know which area you're in. Where are you from, Linda? Thank you, Sam.
That's my comment.
Okay. So you're in North Carolina, so yeah, it's on at at 2:45. And that's so the thing is I wanted to do what I wanted to do was 3 a.m. Ghost Box sessions. So yes, it's 3 a.m. Eastern time is what. Well, it starts at 2:45 Eastern, but by 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern time is when I like to start the first Ghost Box session. So I've continued going on, so I'll do it at, in theory, it's at 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, 3 o'clock Central time, 3 o'clock Mountain Time, 3 o'clock Arizona time, and then 3 o'clock Pacific time, and then around 3:30 Pacific time is when I end the sessions, or 4 o'clock, somewhere around there. I never intended it to go that long, but they just do. So like right now, I know with the time change, I don't want to go till 6 o'clock in the morning. That's kind of why I'm ending it a little bit early. It's just because of the time change and because I want to end it on a positive note also. So anyway, will everybody have a good night?
Oh. Oh.
Everybody have Gary, listen.
I just missed the last end of it, but that's it.